Hello, hello. How are you doing today? So, I have not done a hair straightening video in a while, and the last time I did one, I showed how to do it with hair extensions in. This time, my hair is actually getting a little longer, so I can kind of show without the hair extensions. And we have a beautiful sunny day and really good lighting. So, sometimes it's the combination of the ring light and the outside light that makes all the difference. So, just to give a point of reference, my hair is naturally very thick and very curly. What I do when I first get out of the shower, I will wrap my hair up in a tight towel and towel blot it, and then while my hair's up on the towel, I brush my teeth, wash my face, do all that, then take the towel off, and before I comb the tangles out, I'll put the Way to Grow, Not Your Mother's Way to Grow leave-in conditioner in. And then I'll also put in the argan oil. Okay, it's one N only. It's not the symbol N. It's one N apostrophe N only. Okay, argan oil. This is from Sally Beauty Supply. I do like maybe 3 or 4 squirts on this side, 3 or 4 squirts up and down, and then I put about this much argan oil in my hair. I run it through my hair, and this is all when my hair is like after towel dried. It's like damp, like not sopping wet, because the towel has helped blot a lot of the wetness out. But then I take a wide tooth comb and tangle comb, and starting from underneath, comb through the tangles. Then I take my blow dryer, usually when I'm bending over, blow dry it, always moving the dryer and always lifting up the hair, and it just lightly scrunch dry it. I have found that is healthier for my hair than blow drying it with a big brush and trying to pull it straight, or even a round brush and then pulling. That pulls out too much hair. My hair is very, very fragile because I color it and I highlight it often. So when I do that, it's usually very big, really curly or frizzy, depending on the weather, if there's humidity outside, any issue like that. But it's usually my natural curl or semi-wavy. And the thing is that the waves are very uneven. Some places are really frizzy. Some places are pretty curls. Some places the curls are uneven. So, or like maybe straighter underneath, but curlier up here, and then frizzy up here and curly here, and then straighter up here. So it's not like I can just let it go curly in the right way. In the summer, it's a little bit better because the humidity, the curls are better, but then it's still frizzy. You have to put a lot of product in it. And if I go from shampoo to shampoo, I'm constantly having to put product in it. And usually by the second day, it's up in a ponytail, or third day, I can't go 3 to 4 to 5 days, sometimes 6 days on a blowout like I do if I smooth it and then curl it or smooth it straight like this. Even me doing it straight like this, I don't usually do it straight, because if I do it straight and tomorrow is raining, it's gonna frizz. It'll be great for that first day, or even if halfway through the day that I wash my hair, I can get it nice and straight and everything will be fine. But if it's raining later in that day and I go walk the dog and I'm outside, the humidity is extreme. The hair is extremely sensitive to humidity, and that's with all the anti-humidity products. So then the next day I can straighten it and it'll look okay, but then by the third day, it's not that great. So what I usually do is, by doing what I usually have been showing with, I do the straightening iron and then do the curling iron on the ends, and either curl it back or kind of do it the flippy look, or do it with the curls all over. That is, so if the next day or that evening or 2 days later, if it's raining out and it's a little on the frizzy side and it doesn't like collapse, it'll be like, it just encourages the curl, helps, my own natural curl works with that, and I can go pretty long time. But when I just straighten it by itself, I'm risking that tomorrow's going to be a bad hair day already, okay? But it's still fun to have the look, to have the straight look. A lot of people like the straight look. The straight look is still in style. But one thing I've been doing lately is, and even for here, usually I do my hair first and then my makeup, the whole thing. But because I was styling my hair, styling my hair here for video, and I wanted my makeup to be done, I had my hair pulled back in 2 clips like this. And by pulling it back in the 2 clips just to do my makeup, just before I came on here, that actually helped smooth this and gave my hair some root lift. So my hair naturally right now has some pretty good root lift. Usually I would have to even do more of this with a brush and stuff, but I didn't have to. Lately I've seen some things for sale that look like a big wide tooth comb that people are buying so they can get, now that the 90s, late 80s, 90s looks are coming back. They want to have that look. My hair will do it if I have a headband or it's clipped back like this. So because it was freshly washed and it was pulled back, I was able to get some nice lips. So that makes the straightening much easier, because usually I have to straighten and pull it up to get some root lift or tease it up. But because it's already dried like this, I mean, it was already dry, but because it was so freshly dried, it was still in, like I would say, a more pliable state. So it was able to, have some nice lift. Okay, so, and I'm gonna use these clips and then some. It helps to have a rat tail comb. These are rat tail brushes, but you can do rat tail combs like this. And I prefer to use the brushes because they're stronger than these are. But so since the part kind of fell over here, I'll just do it this way. I'll just do it from here, and then I just take a section down the middle, kind of go on a diagonal to make it be the middle. So I have half here, and then I section this in half from that, start from here, and then just just kind of go around my head here, so that way the whole top part comes around like that. Okay, so then this section will be last. And I have a bigger clip here. This is I've had since these. It's so surprising that somebody gave me these for Christmas. So surprising these have come back in style, because this one I've had since they were in style beforehand. I used to have tons of them, and then they went out of style, but I kept one just to be able to, for doing my hair purposes, and now you can get them everywhere. So, okay. So lately I have been using, I can see the difference in my hair using the Beat the Heat, but also a Not Your Mother's product. I have talked so much about their Not Your Mother's line for Way to Grow and this for years and years. They need to give me some sort of sponsorship, because I've talked so much about them, and they have really saved my hair. Or else there were times before I started using it, I would have to cut my hair really, really short because of highlighting it and coloring it so often. And these have really given a lot of strength to my hair. Okay, so I have my iron already heated up here. It's an Eva iron, flat iron, straightening iron, whatever you can call it. This I got at Sally Beauty Supply, but you can get some really great ones at TJ Maxx, Marshalls. I recommend, because the prices have really gone up, really gone up on irons and curling irons and straightening irons. Sometimes Sally's has some good sales. Sometimes Sally's will have things marked down, but they still have gone up outrageously. So sometimes you can get them on sale, like even blow dryers and flat irons and those kinds of products on sale at like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, DD's, Ross, all those. Sorry, the dryer just went. We're doing laundry today. Okay, so I just sprayed the Beat the Heat thermal spray on this whole section, and that's what I'm doing. And then I take a smaller, like a vertical section like that, and it's easier for me to take the vertical. I'm going to keep dropping there. Okay. And then I'm going over it. Now, this is a, goes up to 450. I don't have it all the way on 450, but I have it like on 430. but I still have to go over it because you can see how there's some uneven, see how there that curl in there. Now, as you can see, before I got started, it was not all curly like that. That's why sometimes I like using that wave iron. Now, this, if I just were to just leave that by itself, it would frizz up within 2 hours. So it helps that I use a hairspray. Also, when you see me do the straight iron and then curl it, some people will curl their hair, are able to curl their hair with, like if I could curl the ends. But what I have found, it does, on my hair, it just does not last. And that's why I'll often curl it, go over it again with a curling iron and do those big curls. You can do it with a flat iron, and see, I just put a little spray on it. The spray I'm using is the Chi Luxury Black Seed Oil Blend. I just talked about this in the empties video I just posted just before this one. But anyway, my hair, it actually just needs, you know, you can go over it one time, yes, it's straight, but it's almost like because of the texture of my hair and the amount of chemicals, and the natural frizziness, a lot of it's because even though I, like when you're younger, like my hair texture didn't frizz up quite the same way. It was like a, I don't know, I could blow dry it smooth and it would be pretty good. But because ever since my hair's gone gray, and what it is when you color over gray hair, the texture of the gray is still, it changes your hair. Some people, when they go gray, their hair frizzes. And some people, you think, oh, when you color it, it's going to make the gray go away. Yes, but the texture that the gray comes in is different. So the color cannot change the texture. If anything, the color dries it out even more and makes it even frizzier. So some people's hair goes gray and their hair goes flatter. Some people's hair goes gray and their hair goes frizzier, or depending on if their hair has like a natural tendency to curl. So, so that's a thing. And men notice that too, because as their hair goes gray, their texture will change. That's why when you see, sometimes you'll see older ladies that unless they get their hair done or unless they if they wash it themselves, as opposed to going to the hair salon can get their hair nice and shiny. If they wash it themselves, just let it air dry, it'll look kind of on the fuzzy side. If their gray has comes in more frizzy. Some people's hair goes limp, and that's why a lot of older ladies would have getting permanent wave, getting curls, you know. So there's a lot of things that change when you're aging and your hair is aging. So when you color it and highlight it to look younger, but the problem is I'm still fighting the texture of the frizz that would be if I, even if my hair was like, let my hair go gray, and my hair would be naturally much curlier and frizzier. So I've color over the gray, but technically that's why I have a lot of these little baby hairs and frizzies. And I had that when I was a very little girl, little youngin, like toddler. So it's almost like your hair kind of reverts to like what it naturally wants to be. Some people, if their hair is more on the fine, straighter side, they'll notice that as they get older, their hair will be finer and more limp. So so it just depends on your heredity, natural tendency, all those kinds of things. So luckily this has a really nice shine base to it because it's the black seed oil. So it helps really get it really nice and so you can see the difference. See how this looks frizzy and the curl, there's like a curl, there's a bend there, but then this looks fuzzy. And then there's some pieces that are like really curly, and then there's some pieces that are like, that almost look like straw, you know. And then when you do here, you know, it's just, it looks like, you know, nice healthy hair. So this is like, this is how we transform. So you can transform it, you know. I always have to go over it just a little bit more on the ends just to ensure that it stays straight. Okay. Now, I wish I had another light source over on this side to show that, so you can see this a little bit better. I'll lean in here. Okay. I'm also using, this is a teasing comb with the 3 layers. This is the only thing that I found that's able to hold up to the heat, because when I flat iron it and I comb over it again, if I do this, you can already see how the teeth they get messed up. This kind is able to withstand. Some people do a brush like this, but even the heat after a while when you go over it will melt the teeth. So, all right, let me put, I forgot I gotta put this on here. And the only thing is that this sprayer is a little temperamental. I have to keep pushing it back up. Some people say, oh, I bought a hairspray and I pushed it like that and it stays stuck. Well, you just lift it up. So, just lift it up. It's a little annoying. Sometimes they'll do that. Sometimes a little defect, but I've worked with so many different sprayers and so many different brands and so many different things that, that's how you do it. I'm just doing the ends. And I'm going to spray that piece with this spray. Also, I'm being not super close. I'm spraying it a little farther away with this type of hairspray. This is not sticky hairspray. This is a working spray. Working spray is different than a sticky hairspray. Sticky hairspray, that the old school hairspray that was like the helmet head hairspray, that type of spray is a finishing hairspray. That is more of like a higher hold. If you look at a can of hairspray and there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and it'll say medium hold or working spray and it's like a 3, the higher hold would be like a 4, or sometimes it's a 1 or a 2. But you know, this I'm only gonna need in a few sections, smaller sections. I don't have the same amount on the side. So. And it helps to use a comb to kind of glide and slide it. I'm just lightly kind of bumping the ends under a little bit. And then spray. And then go over it again. That kind of ensures that it'll stay a little bit. It also gives it some shine. Because if not, if you don't use something, between the heat protectant, the thermal spray, and this, it protects it from heat damage. And this, I'm just doing this. It's very easy. And I always have a couple of little fuzzies around the edges here. Okay, see, you almost see how dry until I hit it with the shine. And then, there we go. If you want to have it just straight, you just kind of just do it all the way down. I like to have a little bit of bend because it eventually kind of straightens out a little bit on its own, but having a little bit of bend helps make the ends look just a little more organized, you know. Okay. So, back to here. Taking the next section. Top we'll leave last. It always helps to twist it up and then clip it. Okay, so you can see the difference. The hair that's been... And see, now that's stuck, so I always got to push it back up. It's not always like this. It's just for whatever reason. This can, maybe had to do with when it was delivered, or I don't know. All right, take a section, comb it. That way it combs the product throughout. Glide it through. And see, it'll get kind of hot. So then I take my hand and I grab the comb. And then go over it. I actually need to trim my ends a little bit, but I haven't had time since I did my roots, was it last week? I have to trim. You can kind of see there's a little, I don't know, now that it's straight, probably tonight I'll just trim my ends just a little bit. Sometimes I don't want to trim it when it's curled because you can't really see the lines of the haircut. But once I But that's another reason why I wanted to do it straight. Not in addition to having that request, one of my followers had a request, but it's also that I definitely needed a trim, and oh, I just want to bend there when I bend down to grab the comb. There, I'm gonna smooth that out a little bit. There we go. Okay. This cheese spray is really wonderful. I get it from Cosmoprof Beauty Supply because I'm a hairstylist. I've tried to search for it on Amazon, but they only have the dry shampoo spray. And one time I bought that by mistake, and I hardly ever use a dry shampoo. Maybe once in a blue moon. So I have it, and I use it once in a while, but I was kind of disappointed when I got it because I thought it was this hairspray, and I guess someone had labeled it Chi hairspray, not knowing that there's a difference between the dry shampoo spray and their hairspray finishing spray, working hairspray. Because a dry shampoo spray, you spray the roots when it's to kind of like help your blowout last longer in between. And it's not really shampoo. It's just like a certain type of formula that helps dry out the oil of your roots of your close to your scalp, so that your hair looks and seems cleaner. But it's so funny because when I first started doing hair, that had been popular. Well, it had been popular in the late 60s, early 70s, when women were still sitting their hair on rollers, and they wanted their roller sets to last longer. And then, of course, with wash and go, the popularity of wash and go, which was my era, we were washing our hair every day. And especially if you're a teenager, you usually need to. And blow drying it, or wash and go perms or whatever. And so we were like, ew, who's gonna, only old ladies that are like washing their hair every day. But there were still some people who were, and they use it in hospitals, so people couldn't wash their hair if they were sick or something, older or something, and not able to wash their hair. And that was the only time you would hear about it. And then all of a sudden, once the late 90s came and everybody started getting their hair blown out. Now, there were some clients who were always getting their hair blown out, but those were people who had naturally curly hair, who were trying to blow their hair straight. We would blow out their hair straight, and they didn't like their curl. But during the whole curly era, a lot of those people just wore their hair curly on its own, wore their natural hair. But then all of a sudden the straight look came in, and then people started getting their hair blown out for a week wanting it to last a week at a time, or at least the 5 days at a time, and going to salons and then wanting to, I don't want to mess this up. I got my hair done on Saturday. I've got an event on Wednesday. I don't want to, and they come back for blowouts every week. And so then that's when the dry shampoo to spray the stuff that would be on their close to their scalp to help absorb the scalp, so the blowouts would last. So, yeah. This always reminds me of like high school. When I do this, it's like high school girls. Not my high school. My high school was a totally different hairdo. It was more Farrah Fawcett, Dorothy Hamill, and all that. But this is early 2000s high school girls. So yeah, then that style has come back. That style never has gone away. Having the blowouts last for a week, or 3 to 5 days, or getting their hair done, or going away on vacation and wanting their hairstyle to last, and all that. So that has never gone away ever since. Again, thank Jennifer Aniston for that. All these products and things. You couldn't do those hairdos. You couldn't do those hairdos if you had curl. Try to look like her hair. Ever since then, Jennifer, was it Jennifer Aniston, Brittany, who else had the probably hairstyles? Sarah Michelle Gellar and Buffy had the same hairdo. So it's similar hairdos. Put too much of a bit right there. There we go. Then every teen singer ever since then had the same kind of hair. I need a barrette with a little daisy on it, and that's how I feel when I wear stuff like this. But no, it's cute. It's a very cute look. You can see the angle of my layers here. I was trying to grow that out for so long. Well, this is okay, but anything that's there's a whole section. It's taken forever. It's taken forever for that to get down to just be like the lower part of my hair from when it was bangs. It was a whole year and a half actually. That's another thing that a lot of people with shorter hair don't realize, because yeah, you get a haircut every month or every 6 months. You feel like every 6 weeks, every month to 6 weeks to maintain a short haircut. But if your hair is longer and someone cuts like this, say this piece right here, someone cut that and it's down to here, this is going to take some people, my hair when I was in high school, it could grow back in like a summer. Grow out in the summer, like grew out like a shorter haircut to like shoulder length in the summer, 3 months. It was great, but not over, not since I was, not in the last 20 years. It grows very slowly, and if anything, it'll break off. So, before it'll get long. All right, now there's one more section to the side here. This is going to be over this way. Just do a little here. And this is a full it's 26 minutes so far. This is how long it takes for professional hair straightening. This is why, if you're a guy and you're wondering why your wife and girlfriend take so long to do their hair, and, especially if they have curly hair naturally, or you might not even know their hair has curly hair naturally. This is transforming. But this is how you do it for it to stay for 3 to 4 to 5 days. Now, hopefully, right now we're in a time where there's not a lot of humidity, unless we get a rainy week. I'm doing my hair right now. It's Sunday. I've got Monday, Tuesday, and hopefully it'll be... I might sleep on it, though. If I sleep on it, one side might, if I sweat, or one side might, or if I exercise, one side might get a little bit of a kink and a little bit of a curl. I can see there's a little mirror here. There's just a lot of little variables. Anything can happen. So, hopefully. But this is how it's done. Somebody's going to a fancy party and they get their hair styled for a fancy party. And ethnic hair takes 10 times longer. Takes 10 times longer. Whether it's to smooth out the curl, or put a hairpiece in, put some extensions in, or deep condition it. Sometimes it's 20 minutes of deep conditioning every week, because the texture is different. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot that unless you're a hairstylist, or unless you have the same kind of hair, you don't realize actually what amount of work, why the products are out there. Someone might say, why there's so many hairsprays? Why there's so many different kinds? There's so many, there's different kinds for doing different things with it. Some hairsprays are like this. I'm working with it to give shine. Some hairsprays are for firmer hold, for when you're all done and you want the hairstyle to hold. Some hairsprays are spray in they're setting sprays. So like this is a heat protected spray, but it's not a setting. So if I was to set my hair on rollers, if I was doing that, that'd be a different type of spray. Or if my hair was wet and I was setting it on rollers, or if I was blowing it out, I would need a different type of spray or a styling agent, like mousse, gel, something like that. Give body. Or with my hair, I use a smoothing cream if I were to do that type of blowout with this. But even though I'm not taking the brush and blow drying it out straight, this is still considered a blowout. This is because I'm just styling it and straightening it, or styling it for I don't know. And some people, like I said, when I do my hair, sometimes when I do the straightening and then the curling, then that is that would be a blowout with a curl with a wavy finish. And then there's some people that get the beach wave look, and but this is more of a flat ironing still with body, because some people get it where it's totally straight with no style to totally flat, and then this is like a flat iron, a blowout, styling, straightening with body. That's what it is. So each one is requires different tool, little different sprays, different, This is always the hardest section, because that's that section that was so much shorter that I've been letting it grow. And it's so unpredictable. Okay, so then this whole section here, this is going to go over this way. So this, I'm going to spray. And take half of this. Actually, maybe a third. Half it still would be too much. This section here. Taking up and then going through. Bring this up just a little bit. Going over, just bending the ends just a tad. These layers here I've seen a lot, but it's the hardest thing of letting your hair grow, trying to grow your hair out and grow out bangs at the same time. If I had decided to keep my hair short and let this grow out fine, it'd be one thing, be easier. Or if I decided to keep it long and then keep a side bang. But growing them both out at the same time has been really challenging. And that's why I love sometimes doing the extensions, because that at least gives me more volume in the sections I've been trying to grow out, and more thickness to the places that are kind of like a little thin on the thinning side, or the thinner side. Since I want this to go up and over, I'm going to do this in the direction of up and over. See, I get that nice swoop in there. There we go. See how they give it a nice shine. So yeah, that one's so bright I can't even. It's not even brighter than it was. So I'm going to take a little bit of this oil that I just had a minute ago and run that through. See, you can almost see this whole section. Now some people find if that's how you're going to get a cut, that's great. But for me, my goal is to get it like, so they're like just lower down here and there's more to it. And the same thing on this, when you throw it on this side, it looks like this side is nice and just slightly long layered, and then this side is all like the swoopy thing. Well, it's fine. You know, it's okay. It's okay. It's better. It's better. But it's still getting my nerves because it's not where I want it to be yet. And it's taken a long time. But patience. I almost cut it again the other day. I was like, it's almost there, but maybe I should do it again. Maybe I should have a little more style and just have it like that. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna go that. I don't want to go back to that. That's 97. I don't want to go back to 97. Even though that look it's still in. It's not like that's what I'm saying. Is a lot of things have not changed that much. Some things have changed, but some things have not changed all that much. This is basically how I've had my, a lot of styles, and I'll go back around, I'll do some different things, I'll do a side bang, I'll do this, or then I go out the side bang, I did a curtain bang, or I even did like a type of bang that was more PC bang, and then I did a fuller bang, where just stronger. I thought it looked cute, kind of vintage kind of way. They grew that out, and when it's growing out, it always ends up being this to have the same kind of look. Now I'm working that oil throughout. Now, if you have baby fine hair, you probably wouldn't need the extra oil. But since my hair is on the thick side and it's dry, it just soaks it up. It just soaks it up. I'm not putting it up here. If you put it up here, that makes the roots oily to start out with. Too oily and too limp. I'm just only putting it up through the ends to kind of make the ends look healthier. And then finishing up here. There. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. I'm just going to work a little bit more through this way. And, but yeah, you can see it's getting longer finally. It's almost close to what it was originally. And it's taken a long time to get back to that. And it helps. It helps using the right products. It helps using products that will... like I have to use things that have the shine and the oil. Sometimes I'll buy something that might work out for one type of hair, and if it's something that gives body, what gives body is the lack of conditioning and the lack of oil. Those people with finer hair need those things to lift their hair up, but it actually strips the hair a little bit so their hair can have more body. With my hair, if I use that, my hair will feel like straw and won't perform, and it'll actually, like, I get a lot of breakage with them too. So it's been a lot of trial and error trying to find which things will be the best, work the best day to day, from shampoo to shampoo, from in between shampoos, and give me the results that I want. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I also give consultations if people need help styling their hair. I can take you from, beginning to, from, all the way through step by step by step. I do a lot of consultations with Zoom and Facebook video messenger. I do consultations, from hair products to makeup to skincare to, fashion, to helping people downsize with their fashion, with their closets, with their bathroom. I've helped people whose bathrooms were filled with stuff, and they're like, what do I use? I don't know what I'm doing. I've got too much. I don't know, and I've helped them through that. So these are all, and I'm like a coach that way, and I help people with their routines, help people or someone who needs help to take care of their hair, and they're just growing up and they don't know what to do. And it actually saves you money because you're less likely to go to stores and just have people say, well, this product's the answer. This is the right thing for you. And you go, okay, and you go home, you use it a week, and you're like, gee, nothing. I wasn't transformed. Sometimes it might be the brush you're using. Sometimes it's a habit. Sometimes the way you're using it. So I can help you with all those things. So I always put my link tree and my information below. I always try to pin the information in the first comment with all my info, and so you can reach out to me on my other social media. I wish we had DMs here. Believe me, there's so many people on here I would contact because that have reached out for me seeking more information. So you can reach out to me on other. I've just now had to rebuild all my meta of Facebook and Instagram and everything from scratch again after that thing that happened in February. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell for notifications when I upload new videos, and don't forget to share this video with someone who likes beauty and style, and maybe just somebody who needs a smile. Okay, thanks so much. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.